Alright, guys. So I'm actually before I start the video, I would like to remind that I am actually recording this on the go, so if I mess up or it's just a bad edited video, it's for a reason. I'm just fair warning, if you do not want bad content, click off. Um but basically, as the title says, now I'm actually recording this before I'm on vacation, but I'm not streaming, and obviously you know that. Um but I would like to explain how my Gamma Solder is so good and why there's actually a good bit of people, and it's fairly easy to counter, but why actually a good bit of people are scared of it, I guess, or like to stay away from it as much as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and check rallies. I am gonna, I did get the sword, the DJ's sword of agility from the event that's going on in Roblox, and I figured, it wouldn't hurt for a while if I put it on or wore it. So I am wearing the DJ sword of ability or agility. Man, I said that wrong. DJ sword. I told you this content was gonna be bad. Um, but I am going to explain how my Gamma Solder works. And for those of you who are either new to this channel or don't know, this is my Gamma Solder. It is known as the MVP of my team. It's actually puts in the least amount of work, most likely, but it is incredibly good. I did a 2.5 hour fight with this thing against an Obsidragon, so I mean, it's my record for longest fight. But I'm gonna go ahead and explain. So Solder can be played three ways, in my opinion. This is actually a pretty bad Swolder, if I'm gonna say so myself. Tender, clever. So I'm weak to literally. I'm weak to everything that's melee or physically offensive or melee offensive. I pretty much die to it. So number one Swolder that I'm gonna be going over you know is going to be the range defense stall Swolder. Range defense stall Swolder, just some things it's good against off the top of my head. Other stalls, obviously, stay away from Mars. Um, and I would and stay away from Obsidragon, but like Floron, other Swolders, you're fine stalling them out. Um, Even Krakola, Swolder beats, so or it does really well against. So I am going to go ahead and say that. But Solder, if you were playing Totem, so the best competitive nature for this would probably be. I'm going to go ahead and put out there. If you're playing Totem, you should probably just play like a very frail, robust, clever, is what you should play, in my opinion. But if you're playing like this, if you're playing like a Gamma, then play like pure clever or frail clever, is what I would run. And I have max TP train this thing, like speed, defense, ranged attack, energy, and health are all maxed out. Attack R doesn't matter too much because I don't run it melee. I run it, ranged. But the TPs I play on this, 200 health, because obviously you want to have a fat HP stat. 200 R defense because we're plus R defense, and then of course 100 energy, and the 100 energy is actually more useful than you think, because Swolder's base energy stat is 70. Now that's decent high, but it's pretty low, if we want to actually talk about this, because you're looking at moves that, so poison only costs 25. Now that's really good. But then, and dodge only costs 20, so that's also really good. But then we get on the side of rejuvenate and pestilence 50, and rejuvenate 72. So that is a bunch, of energy that's going down the drain. And I actually played this 200 health, 200 R defense to test that out. And I learned that I had to play energy if I wanted to play it properly, because I just wasn't good without, energy. Even with the energy, it only comes out to 206 at level 40. So, I personally play Health Amulet on mine, because it means that, it puts your opponent on a time limit. Like, if they want to choose not to hit you, or they want to do something else, then you can sit here and start healing, or you want a deja vu Metronet and swap into Swolder and have your health amulet start healing you type deal. However, you can also, if you did not want to play health amulet and like you're against it, the other two items I would recommend are going to be heavy shield if you're playing range defense Swolder, or Kabunga coffee is also really good. So that is my Gamma Swolder, and now I'm going to go into why it's so good. I explained how I play my Swolder. You should not play Swolder this way. You should play Swolder with Robust, as a physically defensive tank. That's how you should play Swolder. But how my Swolder is so good is because it's a psychological thing. Basically, my Swolder is incredibly good for the number one reason that, first of all, it's stall. And most people think Swolder and they think offensive, so I'm just gonna battle, someone random. Let's see if this person wants to battle. But people think, oh, Swolder, it's offensive. That means that it's gonna be it's I can tank it type deal, or stuff like that. But that's not true. I play Solder stall, which means that Solder is actually literally stalling their team. So here's an example of what Solder would be good against. Hunder, no. Unless you're playing physically defensive Solder and you think you can take an SA Chili Chomp, I would never recommend sending Solder in against Hunder. Ursel, I would highly not recommend it. Iguana, if you're playing range defense Solder, yeah, I would probably put Solder in there. Tatab is now. Zulong for range defense, yes. And Vesp is, it's a pretty big no. I'm gonna go ahead and send Solder in there, but again, don't resort to using Solder always. Personally, I wouldn't even play, Solder in this game, but I'm gonna go ahead and use them just for you guys. Um, so Tatab, okay. So we're going to see how well they actually put up against my Solder. I'm going to want to poison them first. You always want to go for the poison first unless you want to get a dodge up. But yeah, I'll actually go ahead and get a dodge up. It'll let me see like whether they want to swap or whether they're going to stay in. And also if it decides to jungle Jitsu me, I burn energy. Like nothing bad about it. Okay, so I dodged. What are they going to go for? Jungle Jitsu. Okay. So you do not take a Jungle Jitsu, so like see how much energy I just burned. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm gonna straight up poison them here. I'm gonna Jungle Jitsu again. Now the plus is I lowered their speed out of this. So Tatab has a speed drop, which means if I really wanted to, I could come in and probably get a clean kill with Barark. And now here's like where if you wanted to big brain it and like do like a rejuvenate here because you think they're gonna swap or anything, go right ahead. But the safe play is obviously to dodge again. And this is where it starts getting psychological. As soon as you reveal that you have dodge, it is incredibly psychological. Like whether they want to do this, they want to do that, and it gets to them. And it's something that is something. So I know Tatab outspeed. I know Tatab normally outspeeds Garbantus, so I'm gonna go and check this out. 138. Solder's speed stat is 90. Ooh, scary. I'm actually gonna dodge again. So if you getting 2 dodges in a row is gonna be a 1/3 chance, but I doubt I can outspeed it. So it's worth a shot. Let its guard down to rest. Ooh. This is actually so I messed up. I failed anyway, so I would have died there. But I am dealing a ton of poison damage to them. So I'll just dodge again, and I'll get more health amulet off. And if they want to swap, then they want to swap. At this point I would have had they would have swapped into Hunter would have been the best option, but they're obviously not doing that for some odd reason. And poison's chipping away at them. And I'm just going to go straight up for a rejuvenate. Nothing's wrong with the rejuvenate because if I happen to live this, then I can heal. Which I don't. Their speed fell, obviously. But I've almost gotten Tatab out. So I'm gonna forfeit this match. because I want to show you. I want to show you this against other things. You know, I don't mind losing the CP. So I'm gonna forfeit this match, and I'm gonna show you Swolder. I'm gonna do one more round, but that's a gist of, you know. If anything, that's like why you don't play Swolder against a melee attackers. So we'll do one more game of me just sending requests to random people and using Swolder at the beginning. If we can find somebody. Okay, alright, here we go. Alright, 09 Neuver. Okay. You should not bring Solder in against this team at all, but again, I'm going to bring him in for the wonders and marvels. I'll actually just bring Solder in. So, I'll just bring Solder in. To show you guys this. But this is basically it. I'm trying not to go for too long here, even though this is going to be a decent long video. But this is how I play my Solder. And this is, you know, tips and tricks. And obviously, guys, please play Totem Nature over Gleam or, you know, Gammas. And, you know, don't recommend Solder SA. I actually recommend Webbing, which is the best ability in my opinion. But so Stratosaur can be a pretty big counter if it ends up having Toxic Filter, which this one does not. So we should be pretty clean to kill it, as you saw. We were able to live a ton of that. I'm gonna dodge here because they don't know I have dodge and I can get away with it. Yeah. Plus, you realize how much energy I burn off. And normally I would be like, I would be all for pestilencing, but since I'm only playing with Solder, it is best. Sorry if you hear background noise, but since I'm only playing with Solder, it's best I rejuvenate here to keep my HP high. And yep, I got him with the health. I got him with the health amulet there. Obviously, a dodge again, and poison should be able to come close to taking them out, if not take them out. Airblade, yep, dodge the move. And they should not have enough to be able to Airblade again. If anything, I could dodge, so I'm actually going to wait here to regain. Yep, let its guard down to rest. So I could have rested there, but, you know, safe place to wait. And obviously, their Stratosaur's going to go down. I'm going to dodge here, and they can't do anything about it. You know, they could wait to specifically burn, just to, you know, let me know that I burned my energy, but, it's better to attack me. Yep. And their Stratosaur goes down. So I personally thought Swolder did really well against Stratosaur. Um, but again, this is a ranged Swolder. If you're playing a robust Swolder, or like, you know, this is a ranged defense Swolder, so it's clever. But if you're playing like a robust Swolder, then I recommend not, you know, playing it. Zulong. So we can actually take Zulong. In fact, I think playing against Zulong is pretty fun. Tase, wow. So he planned to set up on me. So this is actually pretty bad because it means we now have a 1/4 chance to get paralyzed just like that. That was really good, like, support-wise. But I'm not going to let it stop me because, you know, obviously there's no reason to. We're still doing decent. That did a bit of damage, but I wouldn't really consider it much for Solder, so now we just have to not get paralyzed on a dodge or a rejuvenate, and we'll be fine. They know we have dodge, so they might rest or whatever here. I am gonna dodge for safety. And I'm paralyzed. I can't do anything. Okay. Thunderstrike, so this might actually be where we lose if I can't pull off this dodge. I need to pull off a dodge and then a rejuvenate to make sure I have enough to survive the thunder. But that is a 1/8 chance of, or 1/16 chance of actually happening of me getting paralyzed 2 times in a row. So, yep. And if Zulong burns a ton of energy, so you definitely shouldn't be alarmed with Zulong. We're gonna pull off a rejuvenate here, and then we'll be able to wait. And they thunder strike, but we should be fine. Yep, there we go. We rejuvenate. And now we can actually both rest. Obviously, no reason to dodge. I don't know why you would dodge here, so I'm gonna rest. Let its guard down and rest, so Zulong did the same. And Zulong is out. So here, I could obviously do two things. I could dodge, or I could rejuvenate. And I'm gonna dodge because I'm more worried about my energy here. If you wanted to go all out and just prepare for the Zulong or whatever the next Lumion is, then obviously you want to choose to not dodge. But and this is why Swolder's a threat. Like, if you don't know how to counter it, so theoretically, if we were playing a melee defensive Swolder, they would be countering it pretty hard. But it's just the turn of events that it's a psychological thing. They don't know we're playing melee defensive. We're actually playing range defensive, and so we're actually super good against all this. This is going to be a little bit more tricky, but we should do fine on this. Earthquake. This is okay. And wow, they did nothing to us. This is really good. So I'm gonna take this Volcaloa to heal up and just, you know, let's not get paralyzed. If we get parahaxed here, that's awful. Primal Slash. Wow. Speed drop. Rejuvenate. Okay, we did not get paralyzed there. I could dodge here, but then I can't rejuvenate if I have to. So the best option is actually going to be to wait and then dodge. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wait here, believe it or not. They waited, okay. Same. So we both waited, in which case this was a win for me. Because, they take more poison damage, and I don't take any damage. It would have been better for them to attack, but they thought I was gonna dodge, most likely. So we're doing really well. Again, they have not seen Pestilence at all, so they don't know what they're up against. I'm gonna go ahead and get this dodge off here. Primal Slash. Get a little bit more health. Seeing what's going to happen with the Volcaloa, our best bet is to dodge here. Or wait would have been the better option. Yeah, I was thinking wrong. But, obviously, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. So we'll have to rejuvenate, or we don't have to rejuvenate. But I am, because I don't know what's going in. Oh, wow. It's still faster. And that was a crit. So there we go. If that wasn't a crit, we would have lived. But getting crits on Swolder is what's really going to come in handy. So GG. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end off here. Thank you guys for looking at my Swolder. And I will probably, if this is the only video, I'm sorry. It just meant that I had a long night. I was tired. I had to get packing and stuff, but I will most likely try and have other videos ready for you guys. And if you have any video ideas for me in the future, obviously, just I'm on Discord. So if you want to, DM me or anything, I'm JPoogiePlays, and my Discord name is, or my Discord tags is 8884. But, you can always contact me on Roblox, etc. So I will see you guys next time.